The spotlight is once again shining on Siya Kolisi, a player who has become far more than just a rugby captain for South Africa. As the Springboks prepare for a crucial showdown against the All Blacks, one of South African rugby's most respected voices, Joel Stransky, has delivered a remarkable tribute to the man who has inspired millions both on and off the field. For rugby fans, the comparison made by Stransky carries special significance because he is forever linked with one of the greatest moments in South African sporting history. Back in 1995, Stransky kicked the famous winning points against New Zealand in the Rugby World Cup final, a match remembered not only for the result but also for the powerful image of Nelson Mandela presenting the Webb Ellis Cup to Francois Pienaar. More than 3 decades later, Stransky believes that Kolisi possesses a similar ability to inspire people and unite a nation. Speaking about the Springboks captain, he explained that there is something unique about the way Kolisi connects with players, supporters, and the country as a whole. According to Stransky, the Springboks captain almost carries what he described as the Madiba touch, referring to the extraordinary influence that Mandela had whenever he stood behind a South African team. It is a comparison that highlights the respect and admiration that Kolisi has earned during his career. Since becoming the first black captain of the Springboks in 2018, Kolisi has led the national team through one of the most successful periods in its history. Under his leadership, South Africa lifted the Rugby World Cup in 2019 and then successfully defended the title in 2023, creating a legacy that will be remembered for generations. Yet for many supporters, his importance extends beyond trophies and victories. He has become a symbol of unity, resilience, and hope, qualities that continue to resonate across the country. As South Africa heads into another major test against its greatest rivals, the return of Kolisi from injury has provided a significant boost for both the team and its supporters. In recent weeks, there had been uncertainty surrounding his fitness. Questions were being asked about whether he would be able to take his place in the squad, and the coaching staff closely monitored his recovery process. However, after successfully completing training and proving that he was ready to compete, Kolisi was cleared to return. His comeback arrives at a critical time, with the Springboks eager to bounce back and deliver a strong performance in front of a passionate home crowd. While rugby is ultimately decided by physical performance, strategy, and execution, there is no doubt that leadership plays a major role in elite sport. This is where many believe Kolisi brings something special. Teammates frequently speak about the atmosphere he helps create within the squad. His ability to connect with players from different backgrounds and inspire a sense of togetherness has become one of the defining characteristics of the modern Springboks. Stransky emphasized this point when describing how the players appear to compete not only for themselves but also for each other. According to him, there is a bond within the Springbok camp that resembles a family, with players willing to sacrifice for one another and for the success of the team. That culture has become a major strength of South African rugby and is often credited as one of the reasons behind their achievements over the past several years. The timing of Kolisi's return is particularly interesting because it comes during a week that also features a major milestone for another Springbok icon. Pieter-Steph du Toit, one of the most respected forwards in world rugby, is preparing to earn his 100th cap for South Africa. Reaching a century of appearances for the Springboks is a remarkable achievement that reflects years of consistency, dedication, and elite performance. Throughout his career, Du Toit has established himself as one of the toughest and most influential players in the international game. His relentless work rate, defensive excellence, and ability to perform under pressure have earned him recognition around the world. This special occasion becomes even more meaningful because the match takes place in Cape Town, a city with strong connections to Du Toit's rugby journey. The experienced forward spent several years representing the Stormers and built a deep relationship with supporters in the region. As a result, The opportunity to celebrate his 100th Test appearance in front of family, friends, and local fans adds an emotional element to the occasion. Stransky suggested that perhaps this was not entirely a coincidence. He jokingly speculated that Springboks head coach Rassie Erasmus may have carefully planned the timing of the milestone to ensure it happened in the perfect setting. Whether or not that is actually the case, the story has added another layer of intrigue to an already highly anticipated match. Erasmus has built a reputation as one of the most innovative and detail-focused coaches in international rugby. Over the years, he has repeatedly demonstrated an ability to think several steps ahead, balancing short-term goals with long-term planning. His management of player workloads, squad depth, and team culture has often been praised as one of the foundations of South Africa's success. Because of that reputation, many supporters can understand why Stransky believes there could be some strategic thinking behind the timing of major milestones. Even if circumstances simply unfolded naturally, the result appears almost ideal. A legendary player reaching 100 caps in his home city against the All Blacks creates the kind of occasion that every rugby supporter appreciates. For Du Toit, the moment represents another chapter in a remarkable career. The former World Rugby Player of the Year has consistently delivered world-class performances and earned the respect of teammates and opponents alike. Despite his reputation as one of the hardest competitors in the sport, those who know him often describe him as humble, grounded, and generous away from the field. Stransky referred to him as a gentle giant, highlighting the contrast between his calm personality off the pitch and his fierce determination during matches. It is this combination of character and competitiveness that has helped make him one of the defining players of his generation. Meanwhile, all eyes remain firmly fixed on Kolisi and the influence he can have during this important encounter. Throughout his career, he has repeatedly shown an ability to rise to the occasion when the pressure is greatest. Whether lifting trophies, addressing supporters after difficult moments, or leading from the front during challenging matches, he has become a figure that many South Africans look toward with pride. The comparison to Mandela is not about politics or history alone. It is about leadership, inspiration, and the ability to bring people together around a shared purpose. Those qualities are difficult to measure with statistics, yet they often leave the strongest and most lasting impact. As the Springboks prepare to face the All Blacks once again, the stage is set for another memorable chapter in one of rugby's greatest rivalries. The match carries significance for many reasons. There is the challenge of responding to a previous defeat, the excitement of seeing Kolisi return to action, and the celebration of Du Toit's milestone achievement. There is also the broader story of a team that continues to evolve while staying connected to the values that have defined its success. For supporters, these are the moments that make sport special. Beyond the tactics, selections, and scorelines, there are human stories of perseverance, leadership, and achievement. This weekend, South African rugby fans will witness the return of a captain who continues to inspire a nation and the celebration of a warrior reaching a historic landmark. Whether the result ultimately goes in South Africa's favor or not, the occasion itself already carries enormous meaning. And as Joel Stransky reflected on the impact of Siya Kolisi, his words served as a reminder that some leaders leave an influence that extends far beyond the game itself. For many supporters, Kolisi has become exactly that kind of figure, a captain whose presence can lift those around him and whose journey continues to inspire people both within rugby and beyond it. As kickoff approaches, anticipation continues to build, and fans across South Africa will be hoping that the combination of Kolisi's leadership, Du Toit's milestone celebration, and the Springboks' determination can help produce another unforgettable day in the proud history of South African rugby.